your honey harvest and all that type of stuff.
And since I saw uncapped honey in the top all the way out at the end,
Yeah,
I figured I'm pretty good.
yeah, absolutely. Well, it's exciting. Now time to go around like a bee with your head cut off.
Yeah.
I know I missed you.
Thank you so much.
Well, when we were out there, I came back in the house and there were two mite bites on me.
Hive beetle. Yeah.
I feel, yeah.
But she wasn't close enough to the hive for them to come from the hive.
This time of year, they're so focused on keeping the brood going, keeping everybody warm. But you see hive beetles creep around the outside and stuff. But as soon as you get deep, they're full force and they're all in the box. They'll start kicking everybody out. They'll run them anyway. But here in the early season, because the population was so small, and they have to.
Of what? What's small? The bees or the
themselves.
beetles? Okay.
Bees themselves. At the end of winter, they have they have to maintain the population. So as the winter bees die, the spring bees are emerging. The populations are still pretty low. So, but here as we approach spring, they'll be able to.
Because
I've seen already probably 10 or so beetles in mine.
It
depends on the
wax on the top of the frames.
Yeah.
And I scraped them, and some of them were larvae. It's like to put larva all the way up to the top.
Yep, they'll put bees anywhere. Where you have space on the bottom of frames.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It was a bottom board, and it had just a little bit of space below it.
Yeah.
They built a bunch of drone brood. Luckily, it was just drones, so I don't feel too bad about kicking them out. But if it's worker brood, it's the worst because that's your workforce right there, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's always something. Burkholm's the worst. We'll get started. This weather's been absolutely insane.
So I'm imagining this weekend there'll be like vendors and stuff.
The conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a good mix of vendors, brands, other beekeepers and stuff. So it'll be a good time.
I need to get some.
Stay stocked up on your medications. When you need it, you don't want to think about shopping. You just want to get it done. So, and it's temperature and stuff like that. If you don't have the Fleming, you have to wait on it, then you might lose your temperature needs. So. It's always something. We're doing a talk. We're doing a talk down here. Little breakout session. Larry Connor, the main speaker, they have a lot of different people in the shop, so it'll be a good time.
And the price is pretty good. The vendors at the fair, are they high?
Even. It depends on who you go with always. Normally, they have depending on who shows up, they give you their deals. So I think Bears will be there. Bears will take care of everybody. So. Yeah, absolutely.
It's 6:02. I guess we're late, so we should go ahead and get started. How are you guys doing this evening? Good. Glad to have you here. Thanks for coming out for our April meeting. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, it's going to be a workshop meeting, but we're going to go through the business part first. Then you guys can workshop and watch as much as you want. Make sure you snack. She's got lots of great snacks. I see grapes. I have dogs, so I don't get grapes very often. So enjoy all of our snacks there and ask a lot of questions. That's what these workshops are for. So hopefully you guys can all get something. To get us started, maybe. There we go. To get us started, is Matt. Thank you so much. Give you the floor. Do you want me to bring that to you? Or you start there? Oh, we're doing the pledge.
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We recently with Kathy again celebrated Easter, and we know the significance of the cross. So the name of this little reading I'm going to do is called The Three Crosses. You all can be seated. I guess we driving down the highway and wondered about the three crosses you see along the roadside. They were put up by a man by the name of Bernard Coffeyat, who was born in Craigville, West Virginia. At 42 years of age, Mr. Coffeyat became a Christian and had a vision to plant crosses. He raised and spent $3 million planting 1,864 trios of crosses in 29 states, Zambia, and the Philippines. West Virginia has 352 sets of crosses, the most of any state. It was his desire to remind people that Jesus had been crucified for Calvary to forgive their sins and that he's coming back again. You can't see it from the highway, but the crosses have three names in them, symbolic of where a body would be. Mr. Coffeyat died at his home in 1993. His crosses are now cared for by the people who own the land or by nearby churches who adopted the crosses. The stranger. A few years ago, I was born. My dad met a stranger who was new to our small town. From the beginning, Dad was fascinated with this enchanting newcomer and soon invited him to live with our family. The stranger was quickly accepted and was around from then on. As I grew up, I never questioned his place in my family. In my young mind, he had a special niche. My parents were instructors. Mom taught me good from evil, and Dad taught me to obey. But the stranger, he was our storyteller. He would keep us spellbound for hours on end with adventures, mysteries, and comedies. If I wanted to know anything about politics, history, or science, he always knew the answers about the past, understood the present, and even seemed able to predict the future. He took my family to the first major league ball game. He made me laugh, and he made me cry. The stranger never stopped talking, but Dad didn't seem to mind. Sometimes, Mom would have quiet while the rest of us were shushing each other to listen to what he had to say, and she would go to the kitchen for peace and quiet. Our household was certainly more convictions, but the stranger never felt obligated to honor them. Profanity, for example, was not allowed in our home, not from us, or not from our friends or from our visitors. One long-time visitor, however, got away with four-letter words that burned my ears and made my dad squirm and my mother blush. My dad didn't permit the liberal use of alcohol, but the stranger encouraged us to try it on a regular basis. He made cigarettes look cool, cigars manly, and pipes distinguished. He talked freely about sex. His comments were sometimes blatant, sometimes suggestive, and generally embarrassing. I now know that my early concepts about relationships were influenced strongly by the stranger. Time after time, he opposed the values of my parents, yet he was seldom rebuked and never asked to leave. More than 50 years have passed since the stranger moved in with our family. He has blended right in and is not nearly as fascinating as he was at first. Still, if you could walk into my parents' den today, you would still find him sitting over in his corner, waiting for someone to listen to him, talk, and watch him draw his pictures. His name, we just call him TV. He has a wife. Her name is Computer. Their first child, cell phone. The second child, iPod. And just born this year was a grandchild, iPad. Y'all please bow your head. Father, we thank you for another opportunity to come together as fellow computers, to fellowship with each other. We bless each one here as well as their Mary. Thank you for each day that we have to share our bounties with others. Bless the foods receiving to the nourishment of our bodies, and bless the ones who prepared it. Keep us safe as we each depart to our separate homes. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna jump right into the business portion of this meeting. Start with some old business here. Make sure you're registered online. I've been mentioning that, and I actually get to see every time somebody I know registers, so I know most of you are registered now. But if you aren't registered, make sure you do that online because you get perks for doing it. If you pay for your membership in person and you aren't connected to these perks that you see up here, let us know. We'll make sure to get you guys connected. And if you're not getting our newsletters, check your junk and spam folder, or let us know. Please, we send out newsletters every month. They generally come out after the meeting, about a week or so. This one's gonna take an extra week because we have a conference coming up, so it's gonna take me a minute to finalize that one, but it has a lot of the information that we covered here in the meetings, as well as a lot of other pertinent and useful information to you guys. West Virginia Honey Trail, keep talking about it, keep trying to use it. If you guys have attempted to use it at all, please give me feedback. I really, really want to give something to the folks that put this together that helps make it a better and more useful system for us. So if you have tried to use it at all, please, at some point throughout this evening, let me know what you think about it and what we can do to make it better, or what they can do to make it better, what I can pass along. If you haven't used it, this is your notice. Please use it. Please try it. You can Google it, West Virginia Honey Trail. It's the first thing that pops up. All right, welcome newbies. We had a class last month, and I mentioned this at our meeting last month, but technically the class was 2 weeks and they didn't finish until afterwards. So welcome to all of our officially certified new beekeepers. We're happy to have you guys here. We do. You got anyone that's new here, please stand up. Yeah, we did that last week. We can do it again. Stand up so we can be excited that you guys came to the meeting. Thank you so much. We appreciate your all's dedication to learning. It's not always easy getting out there in the hive, so it's exciting to see folks be interested in doing that. Pollen Sub, that's some old business. We still do have Pollen Sub if any of you are still in need. Looks like pollen's coming in pretty good right now though, so hopefully you don't need it too much. And fingers crossed for the rest of our early spring season here. And that's it on old business. Anybody have anything that I missed that was old?
I just have one thing to add to new business.
To new?
We have the vaporizer. We could use another plunger because sometimes it clogs up if you're doing a great many deal of hives. And so it would cost $65 for a second one. Can I go ahead and purchase that? Anybody have any problems with it? All in favor?
Anyone opposed? All right.
No,
A second plunger.
they also make capsules. Hopefully it comes from that.
But this is from Oxybate, not Verada.
They're not the same size.
They're not.
They're not. I'll call them. I'll find out.
Thanks.
But yes, we'll get, if they sell caps there too, I mean, put that on the list, that might not
I didn't
be.
see it on the website. And when I called him, there's like so many millimeter difference, so I don't want the paper in my
Something else to look into is the tip for it that goes into like the plastic hives, Apame or any of the other brands. But if we're oxypacking into those hives, you gotta have a special attachment.
I'll see it on the website. Thank you.
Yes,
So I can just go ahead and buy that.
I honestly think that's like $8. It's not, when I've priced them before, it's really, really cheap for the little tab, just a little piece that goes on the end.
Right.
But I think it would be a worthwhile investment. I know a few people that have Apame hives that would get good use out of it, so.
Thank you.
Anything else for old business? All right. Treasurer's report. No.
Well, I just do it here.
Okay, if you want, that's fine.
So you can see, the beginner class, we had a lot of people who joined us, and so that's great. They just miscellaneous income is from some dues and some honey and different things from the vendor sale. And then, our expenses were for some Amazon purchases and then updating our business certificate. So we are at our ending balance of $9,186.80. That's where we stand. Thanks.
Yes, the events that we've had so far this year have really killed it. Thanks to all the folks that have participated and helped in those. Obviously, we're doing really good. Any questions? State report, Deb is not here this evening. The state folks are very busy preparing for the conference this weekend, so if anything, I would say, if you're interested in coming to the conference and have not already signed up, registration is closed online, but they are taking walk-ins at the door, from what I've been told, so you're welcome to still go to that. It is April 5th and 6th at the Clarion Inn in Harper's Ferry. You can find more information on that from the link at our website or from WBA's website directly. It's set to be a really good conference too. It looks like the lineup is really nice.
Especially some of those presented awards.
Yes, yeah, hopefully. Well, more the keynote. We're going to be helping our folks that are going to the conference this year. We'll be helping with the Beekeeper and Training Program. I already sent out an email to all the attendees of the conference, but if any of you guys are interested in assisting with that Beekeeper and Training Program and haven't already reached out, please let me know. It's just something that we're doing during breakout sessions. If there's a breakout session you're not planning on attending anything for, let me know. We can have you get in. I think there's like 5 or 10 kids that we have educational stuff that we're helping with for that day as well. So if you're interested in doing that while you're down there, educating little kids is always a lot of fun. And looking forward, there's a lot of events. I cannot see that screen. Someone right here. We just finished the beginner's class, so that's ended now. I'm noticing that I did not update this slide from last month, but that's fine because none of our presentations have changed. So you can still see April's meeting, that's this one. May's will be a swarm talk. I believe we are trying to have Steve Rapaski come for that. He hasn't confirmed whether or not he'll be here, but if not, we'll have a panel talk about swarms and what we do with that. And then you can see the rest of our meetings there. Any questions? All right, easy peasy. And if you have ideas for things that we need to be doing throughout the year, ideas of things that would be helpful to you, please let us know that as well. That's always helpful to us. Ideas of things that we can put in the newsletter, ideas of things that we can do for youth programs. If you want to see different things on Facebook, all of that stuff, if you don't tell us, we don't know, and we can use all the help that we can get. So please reach out, let us know what we got going on, what you guys like to see, and what you want to see from us. And that's the end of my short presentation. So does anybody have any new business or anything that I did not include for the business portion of this meeting?
Jackson, just come up and give a cupcake.
Always, yes, please. Walk slow. Jackson's going to give us an update on the Beatbox and where they're at with their journey to Houston.
So a couple meetings ago, we came to Beatbox to sell swarm traps to raise our funds for going to Houston. So we
sold 32 swarm traps
sold 32 swarm traps
and made $1,600.
and made $1,600. We think anyone who bought one for buying one.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for helping support the Beatbox. You guys are awesome. They're very dedicated to what they do. Their presentations are fantastic. They go out and they spread great awareness for pollinators. They do nature journaling. And they've given us a couple different presentations that I've learned things from here. Really doing great work for the beekeepers and the pollinator awareness folks out there.
How about if you catch a swarm in one of their traps, post it to Facebook or tag us and
Yeah, that'd be really cool. If anyone that bought a trap of theirs, catches a swarm in it, please post it up. We've got one up, so I'll,
If you don't, we don't want to hear about it.
yeah. Don't post pictures of your empty boxes. That's so awesome. Congratulations, guys. So have you met your goal? Have you? Way to go.
I mean, the local Morgantown community has just been so great. Sam's donated all this money for all this food for our spaghetti dinner. We've just been really impressed.
Good, good. Well, really congratulations to you guys. You deserve it. I'm excited to, you better win. No, that's awesome. I'm excited. All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break. Make sure you get some of those snacks, and then we're gonna get the woodware workshop. Say that 3 times fast. Set up here. So, if any of you brought any equipment with you that you're looking to have assistance with putting together, make sure you bring that in this short intermission. Oh, and also make sure you buy 50/50 tickets. Make sure you got your door prize tickets, and